Well, Homer, here we are in Kansas.
Yeah. And I mean in.
You got a match, Homer? Oh, never mind. Here's one. Say, whose idea was this, anyhow?
It wasn't mine.
Oh, I remember. This is where my career starts.
Yeah. And it looked like it ends right here, too.
And to think that women got me into this.
And I wish you knew a couple to get us out. If you hadn't gone out cracked up in an airplane at 3 o'clock in the morning with a lot of women hanging around your neck, we'd be on 5th Avenue right now instead of stuck out here in this glue. What was that?
Maybe they're having a war out here. So this is Kansas.
Now, you be careful, Mr. Terry.
Excuse me. Are you having motor trouble, too?
Motor trouble?
Yes,
No, I've broken my stirrups.
Oh, that's too bad. At least you're not stuck in the mud. Oh, it's the buckle that's
I'll
broken.
fix it.
That's what's
I'll
the
fix
matter.
it. Now, Mr. Terry, you be careful. You know what your father said.
You mustn't mind Homer. He gets a little excited, you know.
I see.
Yes. Does he bite?
Bite?
Yes.
Oh, not unless you bite him first.
Lovely country. Do you live here? My name is Culver. Terry Culver.
Is it?
Yes. I didn't know they had girls out here like you.
They've been keeping it a secret.
Oh, I see.
I got it. I got it.
Thank you so
That's
much.
all right, miss. Goodbye. Goodbye, miss. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much, Mr.
Culver.
Oh, yes, Terry Culver. Thank you.
Yes, Miss,
Goodbye.
I'm glad she's gone.
she was kind of nice.
You'd better look out, or you won't have no more career than a jackrabbit.
Homer, how many times do I have to tell you? I'm all through with women. Now forget about it, will you? I wonder who she is.
Hello, Judy.
Hello, Major.
Well, so glad you came. I haven't seen you in an age.
When do we have dinner? I'm practically starved.
In just a few minutes. Anyhow, I'm expecting another guest.
Well, I hope he or she gets here soon.
You know, I hate to inflict it on the party, but it happens to be my employer's spoiled child. Yeah, it's one of those fellows, you know, with a weakness for the fair sex. So his father sends him out here in my charge to learn the rubber business. So along with my many other duties, I have to act as sort of governess.
It serves you right. You shouldn't have left the Army.
Oh, well, just another one of the penalties for being the Western representative for the Culver Tire and Rubber Accessories Company, Incorporated.
Culver, did you say?
Yes.
Is that who we're waiting for?
Yes. Terry Culver. You know, the papers have been full of him.
Oh, yes. Aeroplanes, chorus girls, and all that sort of thing.
None other. You'd better watch your step.
Oh, I'll try and be strong.
You know... Excuse me, there's the bell now. Well, so you finally got here, eh?
How are you, Major? It was really Homer's fault, though. You see, I had to send him out to be dry cleaned.
Oh, I see. I want you to meet some of my Army friends. You know, we're quite near Fort Riley.
Fine.
Mrs. Duke, may I present Mr. Culver?
How do you do?
Mrs. McDonald, Mr. Culver.
How do you do?
Major Rayner, Mr. Culver. How do you do, Major? Major Franklin.
How do you do, sir?
Lieutenant Allen, Mr. Culver.
How do you do?
And Captain McDonald, Mr. Culver.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Oh, yes. May I present...
Pardon me, please.
Certainly, of course.
Miss Gaylord, may I present Mr. Culver?
I was afraid I'd never see you again.
Have you two met?
Well,
After a manner of speaking.
Oh, I see. Mrs. Pike, may I present Mr. Culver?
Oh,
How do you
delighted,
do?
I'm sure.
Colonel Gaylord, Mr. Culver.
oh, Colonel Gaylord. How do you do, sir?
Army?
No, rubber.
Rubber.
Yes, rubber.
Why, Mr. Culver, are you the one we've been reading about in the papers?
I'm afraid you have me confused. That is, confused with another Culver. You see, I've been doing missionary work in South America. Haven't I, Major?
Mission? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I'm afraid you, it's another Culver, Mrs. Pike. Yes, a cousin, same name and everything.
How disappointing.
Yes, you see, that cousin of mine has really gotten me into a lot of difficulties.
You seem to get out of them pretty well. Come, Major, let's see about dinner.
Yes, certainly. You'll pardon us?
Certainly.
There, now you have an olive, and I'll snap things up.
Hello, Judy. I haven't seen very much of you this evening. But don't you forget, I'm taking you in to dinner.
I won't forget, Freddie. Do you ride?
Oh, yes, I love it.
Really?
Have you a stable?
The stable? Well, yes, I did have.
Did you bring your stable with you?
Did I bring, oh, no, it's just where it always was. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I see. Drop in and see me sometime at the post. I'll show you a real stable.
Stable? Oh, yes. Surely, thank you very much. You'll excuse me, please.
Oh, certainly.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's you again. Did you run out of horse conversation?
Queer acting, young fellow.
Well, rather, but very intriguing, don't you think? Did you come out to Kansas alone, or did you bring a supply of chorus girls with you?
Why do you ask that?
Well, you see, this is a rather unprofitable locality for a young man of your romantic tendencies.
Unprofitable?
I should think so. You see, most of the women of this locality are in some way attached to the Army. And as you know, Army women confine their romances to Army circles.
Well, now, why do they have to do that?
I don't know. Unless perhaps it's pride, a tradition.
You know, if I thought that I could see you every day, I might join the Army myself.
Really?
Sure. I haven't anything else to do.
Well, it may not be too late. The Army has done wonders with some very doubtful specimens.
Well, dinner served.
I'm going to fasten on you for a dinner partner. And you must tell me about those jumpers.
Yes, I've been looking forward to it.
Inspection. Turn. Forward. Turn. Dismiss. Out. One. Hey.
Well, there's a rumor that we're all in the same army.
So I hear.
Now that we're little pals together, let's get confidential. How do you happen to be here? Hey, woman. Shake, brother. That's my complaint. Well, get it out of your system. You'll feel better.
Say, how you like to mind your own business?
So far, it's unanimous.
Dame, I'd rather not talk about it.
That makes 4 of us.
How would you like a good sock in the nose?
Five. Well, Sponge Cake, if we get your vote, it'll be a clean sweep for Underwood.
Well, I'll tell you, I love to grumble. And they tell me the Army is the only place where a fella can get any competition.
Attention!
You're in the Army, buddy. From now on, you're going to have to untie your own bib. Butter. This one needs pruning. We ain't got a horse in the Army that'll fit him. When did they start signing up sissies? Say, if this baby gets spunky, just hide his milk bottle. Oh, what a jam we'd be in if they declared war tomorrow. They must have sent us the last 6 men in the United States. Where's your nurse?
Nurse? Oh, this is her day off.
Wisecracker. You must have been reading Mother Goose. Shut up. Hang this bird in the sun till he gets dry behind the ears. I want to waste a little time on you rookies to tell you what you're going up against. Before I do, I want to tell you that you're the most discouraging looking lot of cookie eaters I ever laid my eye on. You don't look like men. You don't stand like men. You don't smell like men. You gotta get on to yourselves, rookies. And the sooner you do it, the better. This is the Army. It's the cavalry. And that's a tough spot for anybody that lacks pride and self-respect. The cavalry stands for everything that's worthwhile. Stands for home, stands for country, and it stands for men.
And I mean men, not monkeys. I want these titwillers to take a look around the post and try and learn something about life in the Army. After that, we'll boil them all together and see if we can get one man out of the mess. All right.
All right, rookies. Beat it.
There were 17 bribes. There were 16 bribes. 16, yes, sir. 12 sacks of
Pardon
grain.
me. Is the colonel in?
How long you been in the service?
Oh, about half an hour.
Come on. There's blankets. 22. Now, concerning the prunes.
He's out of the 2nd Cavalry. And we'll report to General Simmons at Fort Bliss. Yes, sir.
Well, Colonel, I've come down to look over those stables.
Take off that hat. Put your heels together. What do you mean by coming through that door without...
What, Colonel, don't you know me?
What?
Oh. You're the rubber man, aren't you?
Well, not anymore.
What are you doing in that uniform?
I've enlisted.
What?
I've enlisted.
Oh, yeah. You've enlisted. Why?
Well, you see, Colonel, it's like this.
Stand up in front of me and attention. How dare you sit down without being told to? Now go ahead.
Well,
Be brief.
Well, see, I was looking around for a career, and your daughter sort of got me interested in the Army.
My daughter? What?
Well, she sort of suggested,
Did you join the Army because of my daughter?
yes, in a way.
Yes, what?
Yes, in a way.
Yes, what?
Yes, indeed.
Orderly.
Yes, sir.
Never mind. Oh, Mr. Allen.
Oh, yes, sir. Hello, Alan. How are you?
I don't understand, sir.
Just a new recruit.
Oh.
Have you been assigned to a troop yet?
Yes, Troop F, I believe.
Lieutenant, you're in command of Troop F, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I assume, sir, that having embarked upon your new career, you're anxious to get ahead as rapidly as possible.
Oh, most assuredly.
Good. This recruit of yours seems to be sadly lacking in any knowledge of military etiquette. He seems especially ignorant of the proper mode of address to his commanding officer. I want you to detail someone to instruct him in that particular form of address.
Yes, sir. I'll be delighted.
I'm sorry I've caused you all this trouble, Colonel.
No trouble at all, sir. The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.
Would you mind stepping out this way?
Oh, not at all. Well, see you later, Colonel.
Orderly. It seems that the cavalry's been gifted with a recruit who is somewhat out of the ordinary.
Yes, sir.
Conduct this man to Sergeant Westbrook and explain to him that this recruit is anxious to get ahead as rapidly as possible.
Yes, sir.
He is especially anxious to discover the proper form of saluting a commanding officer.
Yes, sir.
Tell the sergeant that I'll expect him to show Mr. Culver the usual consideration.
Yes, sir. This way. Thank you very much, Mr.
Oh,
Allen.
don't mention it. I consider it a privilege.
Thank you.
There you are, Sergeant. Horse? Horse!
Oh, Sergeant.
Come here, Powder Puff. See that post?
Sure, why?
I should have a general here to do this right, but that post will have to do.
I don't get you.
Just have patience. You will. We're going to assume that that post is General Pershing.
General Pershing?
Yeah. General Pershing, meet one of our dumb rookies.
I don't understand you.
Nobody expects you to. Nobody expects any rookie to understand anything. Just for the sake of argument, that is General Pershing.
I get you.
Just for the sake of more argument, you are a rookie with the average amount of brains.
I see.
Now, you're strolling across the parade ground when you bump into the general here. General says, "Hello, Culver, old top. How's every little thing?"
You mean the general says that to me?
He says that to you. Then he says, "Listen, old bean, how about coming over to the house and having a bowl of tea?" What would you say to that?
I don't know. What would I say?
Now we're getting somewhere. First, you would put the rear end of them violin cases together like that. Then you would salute the general something like this.
I see.
You'd do that 100 times, and you would say, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir," each time you did it.
I'd do that 100 times.
Sure. Then the general would know you really meant it. Get busy. Get busy.
Do I do it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello, Judy.
Yes.
I've been looking all over for you.
Well, I'm in luck.
You won't think so when I get through with you. What do you mean by wasting your money on these expensive orchids?
Orchids?
Sir.
Why, yes, you sent them, didn't you?
Well, no, I didn't, but I wish I could afford to.
Sir. Yes.
Perhaps I got them by mistake.
Yes.
Perhaps you have another admirer.
Yes, sir.
Come on now, beat it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How much is that?
Oh, that ain't hardly any. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, Jack.
Well,
yes,
Kitty.
sir.
How is she? I was just coming down to see
Yes,
her.
She's a little better. I'm just going to exercise.
Yes,
How's
you
your
know.
foot?
sir.
I think it's all
Yes,
right.
Oh,
sir.
that's fine.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Good morning, Miss
Yes,
Judy.
sir.
Just another rookie learning his grammar.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
he a
sir.
rookie?
Yes, we
Yes,
found it in the
sir.
morning mail.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
there are certain
Yes,
young men
sir.
who will not stop at anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll tell you, Miss
sir.
Judy, that a lot of fellas comes into this army thinking it's going to be Christmas all the time, but before we get through with them, they can't even remember how to spell Santa Claus.
Yes,
Your task
sir.
must be very difficult at
Yes,
times.
sir.
Oh, it ain't no bed of roses.
Sir.
Now, you take that rookie
Yes,
right there,
sir.
for instance.
Yes,
I'll bet you he joined up because
His girl made eyes at some other fella.
Sir.
I'm going to ask you.
Oh, no, no, please don't.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rookie, what did you join up for? On account of a girl?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
See?
sir. Yes.
There's always a girl behind it somewhere.
Sir.
Is that
Yes,
always the
sir.
case?
Yeah, but we got a way of helping them forget.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes,
Sergeant.
Sir. Yes,
I
sir.
received these by mistake.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You might present them to
sir.
your wife with my compliments.
Yes,
I ain't got
sir.
me wife, Miss Judy.
Yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
Might
yes,
feed them to one of the
sir.
horses.
Yes,
They are
sir.
quite expensive.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
Sergeant,
Yes,
if you can
sir.
make men of some of
Yes,
your latest
sir.
recruits,
Yes,
you will
sir.
deserve a great
Yes,
deal of credit.
Sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
Miss Judy.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if you could fall in love with a girl like
Sir.
that, you'd have something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
You know, I've been in this army for 2 weeks and I haven't seen a gun yet.
I don't think they got any.
The only weapon I've seen so far is this shovel.
And horses. Don't forget the horses.
How could I forget the horses?
You know, if I had my way, I'd put them all on a diet.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do when I get out of this army. I'm going to start up a cannon factory, and I'm not going to put up anything but horse meat. Then I'm going out and buy up all the shovels I can find and throw them in the Grand Canyon.
Cut out that grumbling, rookies. What do you think you are, soldiers?
You know, one of these days, I'm going to take this little shovel, and I'm going to dig a certain party a very lovely grave. Take it away.
Let's go.
Hello there, Goldilocks.
Hello, Pancake. Come here.
I never disappointed a lady in my life.
You'll be there now, won't you?
Sure, I'll be there.
Goodbye, Pancake. See you later.
Goodbye.
Come on, rookie. Nobody called recess.
How would you like to go, up in a balloon?
Balloon? Fine. How would you like to park that shovel and police that saddle room?
How would you like a good sock, to put on your little foot thing?
Good. How would... Good morning, Miss Judy.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Back so soon? The rookie, take Miss Gaylord's horse. I didn't expect you back for an hour or more.
Well, whoever groomed my horse this morning did such a half-hearted job that I was ashamed to stay out any longer.
There. Didn't the little dear enjoy her ride this morning?
Say, you!
I was just speaking to the horse.
Sergeant, Is there any Army rule concerning ill-mannered rookies?
Well, so beautiful when you're angry. Won't you pout for me? Come on, pout for Terry.
There are some men who never know when to admit defeat.
How could you feel that way when you know that I'm crazy about you? I know I'm not much to look at, but I'm a good provider. Just think of what we could do on $21 a month. She would not have me for her lover. Hi-ho, the rolling river, because I was a cat.
I ain't so sure you was talking to that horse.
I thought that sergeants were sure of everything.
Do you know what happens to rookies that gets fresh with officers' ladies?
Sure. The first thing to do is to saw the tops of their heads off. Then they take out all the brains. Then they make top sergeants out of them.
Whose deal is it? It's mine. By the way, what's become of Judy Gaylord? She hasn't played with us for weeks. Oh, haven't you heard the latest gossip? No. Let's hear it. The suspense is terrible. Well, she's been doing a great deal of riding these days. Well, what is that? Nothing, except that since a certain young millionaire has joined the army, she's been riding every day. You can't blame her for that. You can't knock millionaires off trees. Oh, Helen, you're slipping. I thought you had a real scandal for us. Well, it may not be much, but it does give us something to talk about. 3 spades. Pass. 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 Come in. Oh, hello, Dad.
Hello, dear. Now, what's the matter? You seem upset about something.
Who, me? It's nothing. I'm a little tired. I've been riding.
That's just what I wanted to talk to you about.
Why, I don't understand you, Dad.
Are you sure the stables are not affording some attraction besides horses?
Why, you might make yourself clear, Father.
There's gossip around this post that you are carrying on a flirtation with a certain recruit in F Troop. Judy, you know that any situation involving an officer's daughter and an enlisted man is impossible.
I assure you, Dad, that he means absolutely nothing to me.
Who?
That person that you're speaking of. He was rather fresh and persistent. And I just wanted to put him in his place.
Now, don't you think we should leave the training of the Army in the hands of its officers? Little girls shouldn't play with fire.
Oh, I've been very foolish, Dad. I've made a mistake.
All right. Just so you understand. Bye-bye.
Miss Judy? Miss Judy?
Yes, Elaine.
The postman had brought some of these daisies here. What must I do with her?
Oh, just put them over there on the table.
There, how was that?
It's a little better, but you've got to stop coming down when the horse is going up.
Well, that's what I've been telling the horse, but he won't pay any attention to me.
Daddy says you should show a horse that you're smarter than he is.
Oh. Well, you see, honey, this horse has got a college education.
He didn't at all.
Well, then high school.
Him?
Sure.
Horses don't go to school, silly.
Well, you've got to admit that this one's pretty smart for his age, though.
Silly.
Now what are we going to do?
You know what you've got to do now?
What?
You see that water jump? You're going to take that.
Me take it? Where? Come here. Come on. Can't we sort of put this off till some other time?
You want to be a good soldier, don't you?
Heaven help me, I guess so.
And you want to surprise Aunt Judy, don't you?
Think that'll surprise her?
Of course it will. She'll think you're wonderful.
Well, you're giving the orders. But remember, it's your fault if we both get up there in the air and don't come down again.
Silly.
I'll try it.
Attention. Are you ready?
I'm afraid so.
1, 2, 3, go.
What happened?
You look so funny.
Well, I feel funny. Where's the horse?
You left him on the other side of the hedge.
Oh. I guess he had other plans, huh? Oh, God.
What are you doing here? My horse is sick. I was just sitting up with him. Oh, your horse sick, eh? Yeah. Well, that's too bad, Culver. But I like the idea, Culver, of your sitting up with your horse. That's all right.
Now I ask you, what are you going to do with a fellow like that?
Well, what did his father say when you told him?
He yelled so loud that he nearly blew the telephone out of my hand.
Really?
He blamed me. Said that if I didn't do something about it, he would.
Have you said anything to...
To young Terry? Yes, I have.
What did he say?
He said that no civilian could possibly understand the feelings of an army man.
Oh, you've got to admire his spirit.
Are you beginning to? Are you?
Well, here you are.
So you finally got here.
Yes, I've been over to the club placing some bets on tomorrow's steeplechase. Shall we dance?
On one condition.
Name your own terms.
You must promise not to talk about horses.
I promise. Excuse us, Major. Certainly. What's wrong, Judy? What's troubling you tonight?
Oh, it's nothing. I just want to get out in the air.
Well, shall we take a walk in the garden?
Please, Freddie. I'd rather be alone if you don't mind.
I understand. But don't stay too long.
What are you doing here?
I don't know. I guess I thought I might get a glimpse of you.
Why do you want to see me?
You know why.
Well, I guess I'd better be going.
Please. I've simply got to talk to you. Won't you please listen?
Well, this is rather unconventional. Will you promise to be brief?
I'll do my best.
Well?
Well, you see, something has happened to me.
You haven't.
No, I haven't fallen off any horses.
Oh.
I've just sort of discovered something about myself.
Have you?
You see, I've been sort of useless all my life. And all of a sudden, something happened.
What happened?
I met you.
Did something happen then?
Yes. You see, I had never met anyone like you before. And I knew I couldn't live without seeing you. Even if I had to join the army to do it.
Is that why you joined the army?
Well, I had nothing else to do.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't see why anyone should belong to any army. Then all of a sudden, out there on the parade ground yesterday, something else happened.
What?
Well, I felt sort of inspired. Then I realized what the army meant to people that really belonged to it. I don't know, it sort of got me.
Does that mean that you won't want to see me anymore?
I'll always want to see you. I just wondered if you'd really noticed any change in me. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Does that mean anything to you? Does it? Tell me.
What's the meaning of this?
The meaning of what?
For weeks now, you've persisted in forcing yourself on Miss Gaylord. You've even caused her to be a subject of gossip around the post. I don't think it's necessary to humiliate Miss Gaylord further by making this a matter of official investigation.
You're quite right, sir.
This is a personal matter between us.
Yes, sir.
As you know, there's only one official difference between us. Let's go brave.
I understand.
Now, sir,
Oh, please, somebody. Oh, Helen, why, you're all excited. What's the matter? Oh, there's something terrible going on out in the garden, a fight. Colonel.
Who's fighting? Where?
Two men out in the garden. It's awful.
Captain, see what's going on out there. Bring your men to me. Yes, sir.
Oh, my dear. I was sitting there with chest in. It was very dark. And all of a sudden we heard this awful noise. It was terrible, dear. Terrible.
What's that, a fight?
Yes.
Lieutenant Allen, what's the meaning of this?
I'd rather not say so.
Calder,
Yes, sir.
you've been fighting with Lieutenant Allen?
Yes, sir.
What about?
Well, I don't like the way he runs his stable, sir.
You know the penalty for striking an officer,
Yes, sir.
and you admit that you struck him.
Well, some. Excuse me, Colonel, I forced the fight.
Why?
Well, because I don't like the way Culver rides his horse.
A most disgraceful proceeding. Most disgraceful. The commanding officer of a troop fighting with one of his men. Lieutenant Allen, report to your quarters. Cover, report to yours. You're both under arrest until further investigation.
Yes, sir.
Come, let's have some music.
Sure.
Well, dear, I must be going. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Aunt.
I used to like you a lot, Aunt Judy, but now I think you're very mean.
Now, dear, I have told you, there are certain things ladies don't talk about.
I don't see why you should be mad at him just because he had a fight with Lieutenant Allen.
Please, Jane.
Anyhow, I like him, even if you don't.
Got any dough on this race? Hey, come on, snap out of it. What are you so low about?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I was going to be in this race myself.
Yeah, what would you be doing in it?
Well, I had a reason.
It's your own fault. You can't go socking lieutenants around and get anywhere in the Army.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start the Fort Riley annual cross-country race for the officers of the 2nd and 13th Cavalry Regiments. Are you ready, Colonel?
Hello, dear.
Hello, Dad.
There they go.
Get over
You know, you're lucky you ain't out there. You'd just be breaking your neck.
That's just what I want to do.
Hey, where's she going?
Who?
Little Jane. She's riding like a wild Comanche across the steeplechase course.
I know where she's going.
Where?
She's going out to cheer me when I make that water jump.
That's one cheer you ain't gonna have to listen to. Criminy sakes!
What's the matter?
She's down. She ain't getting up.
What's the meaning of this, Westbrook?
Little Jane Sargent, sir. Her horse stumbled. She's laying over there with a water jump.
What? On the steeplechase course?
Yes, sir.
I'd head them off before they hit the second turn.
Yes,
right
yes,
there.
sir.
Come on, boys. Come on, get through. Call an ambulance. Yes, sir.
Then, as troop commander, you will sign this discharge and the other recommendations as approved?
Yes, sir. I'll be very glad to.
Thank you. I admire your spirit.
Thank you, sir.
Will you send him in, please?
Yes. The colonel will see you now. And good luck, Culver.
Thank you, sir.
Come in. I suppose you know why I've sent for you?
Yes, sir. For breaking arrest.
We'll overlook that. I wish to commend you for your act of bravery in saving one Jane Sargent from possible injury or death during our most recent cross-country race.
Thank you, sir.
So much for that. You've been getting into a lot of trouble since you joined the Army, haven't you, Culver?
Yes, sir, I have.
It's a pretty strenuous life, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Altogether, you've had about enough of the Army, haven't you?
No, sir.
You mean to say you still wish to stay in the Army after what you've just said?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well, sir, I've studied hard to get a commission, and I want to get it.
Culver, your father's influence in Washington has brought this letter ordering your immediate discharge. What about it?
I won't accept it. My father and nobody else can get me out of the cavalry until I've finished my job. And furthermore,
Just a moment. Who are you yelling at?
I'm sorry, sir.
Well, that's better. Suppose I were to tell you, young man, that I'm going to force you to accept this discharge.
But why, sir?
So that you will be eligible for your commission as second lieutenant of cavalry.
You mean?
That's just what I mean. Let me congratulate you.
Thank you, sir.
You will report to the judge advocate and take your oath of office.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment. If you ever do any more yelling in this office, I shall probably have you put in irons.
Yes, sir.
Just because you're a second lieutenant, don't get the idea that you're running the army.
Oh, no, sir.
He's coming out now.
Don't forget what you're to say.
I'll do my best.
Why, Sergeant, you don't mean to tell me that all second lieutenants are proud and haughty.
Oh, no, not all of them, just the new ones.
You mean that they never forgive anybody for anything, no matter how sorry they are?
Well, I'll tell you, Miss Judy, generals is pretty forgiving. But second lieutenants is one of life's mysteries. Oh.
Do that again, Sergeant. It feels so good.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's better, but you need practice. I think I'll have to make a date for you with General Pershing.
Yes, sir.
I'm not so sure that you were talking to that sergeant.
Why, I thought second lieutenants were sure of everything.
Do you know what happens to officers' daughters that get fresh with second lieutenants?
No. But Father might know.
Let's go ask him.
All right.